I'm sitting here.
Uh-oh.
Right, the
I know, man.
wrap this up. The January 14th board meeting for the Hurricane Disaster Relief Fund is hereby called to order. Ms. Smith, will you please call the roll?
Director Street?
Here.
Director Halligus?
Here.
Director Lucas?
Here.
Director Granger?
Here.
Director Rowan?
Here.
Mr. President, you have quorum.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. You have
I'm
the
the
minutes.
secretary, sir.
Sorry, Madam Secretary, I apologize. You're both. We have the minutes from the October 8th, 2024 board meeting. We would entertain a motion to approve the minutes.
Moved.
We have a motion. Is there a second? There's a motion and a second. Madam Secretary, please call the roll.
Director Street?
Yes.
Director Halligus?
Yes.
Director Lucas?
Yes.
Director Granger?
Yes.
Director Rowan?
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
Thank you. At this point, we have audience participation. Each speaker is limited to 3 minutes, and the conversation and comments should be limited to the authority of the Board of Directors of the Hurricane Disaster Relief Fund.
Patty, Sunday, 11:15. I read about this last night and I was very excited. My question is this a 5013C? And the reason I ask that, in the many church communities of which I've been a part of, I have written grants for churches, and to get from some foundations and some government funding, I would have the church set up a separate 5013C that would relate to the church, because religious things can't receive federal funds, as you know. So it's a tactic that I've used in the back of my career, but I just wondered ultimately, how will this function? Because I'm already thinking of more funds that could come into it. Thank you.
I believe it's a 501c6, which is like a C3, but I may be now that as soon as I said that, that's the destination Panama City is a 501c6. This, you're correct. This is a 501c3. We'll confirm
And
it.
then
I think
circle back.
it's
Yeah.
maybe B.
Yep, it's a C3. I just got confirmation.
Okay, very good.
501c3.
All right. Is there any other public comment? All right, seeing none, audience participation is closed. Item number 3 is approval of the financial reports. Madam Secretary?
Yes, for your perusal in the packet, the financial statements were included. Not a lot of activity this quarter. You'll be approving it, or hopefully approving it later on. Not really anything significant, but I will take any questions.
If there aren't any questions, we'll entertain a motion to approve the financial reports.
Motion to approve.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Madam Secretary, please call the roll.
Director Street?
Yes.
Director Halligus?
Yes.
Director Lucas?
Yes.
Director Granger?
Yes.
Director Rowan?
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
Item number 4 is consideration of renaming the Hurricane Disaster Relief Fund. At the October 8, 2024 Hurricane Disaster Relief Fund meeting, the Board of Directors discussed renaming the fund to clarify the allowance for generic contributions. This will allow the scope of the nonprofit to benefit a broader range of initiatives, not solely related to hurricane disaster relief. Staff recommends changing the name to be the Panama City Community Fund and would entertain a motion to do so.
Motion to approve. Second.
And there's a motion and a second. Any discussion with the board? Madam Secretary, please call the roll.
Director Street?
Yes.
Director Halligus? Director Lucas?
Yes.
Director Granger?
Yes.
Director Rowan?
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
Item number 5 is consideration to ratify the expenditures of $10,578.51 for the employee holiday luncheon and $2,850.00 for accounting services. As background information, the Panama City Disaster Relief Fund, or the fund, includes a restricted amount of donated funds for the benefit of city employees. City management asserts that the activities performed by city staff over the course of the year deserve to be recognized and rewarded. As such, city management asserts that the employee holiday lunch is an allowable and reasonable use of those donations because the event benefits all city employees. Accounting services are a necessary expense in the normal course of business. Staff recommends ratification of the expenditures by the board and would entertain a motion to do so.
Motion to approve.
Is there a second?
I'll second the motion.
Any discussion or questions on this agenda item? Madam Secretary, please call the roll.
Director Street?
Yes.
Director Halligus? Director Lucas?
Yes.
Director Granger?
Yes.
Director Rowan?
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
Thank you. Item number 6 is confirmation of officers for calendar year 2025. Jonathan H. Hayes, President. Jeanette Smith, Secretary and Treasurer. Michael X. Rohan, Director. Jenna Flint Halligus, Director. Janice Lucas, Director. Brian Granger, Director. And Josh Street, Director. These officers are put forward for your recommendation and confirmation, and we would entertain a motion to do so.
A motion to approve. Second.
Any discussion on the officers for 2025? Madam Secretary, please call the roll.
Director Street?
Yes.
Director Halligus?
Yes.
Director Lucas? Director Granger?
Yes.
Director Rowan?
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
I'm sorry, I do have a question if it's in order to ask about the budget at this point.
Yes, ma'am. Director Lucas, go ahead.
The total revenues for 2024 was interest income of 14,580. How are those funds designated? How are they budgeted?
We allocated across all of the restricted funds. So if you'll look at, sorry, let me get to the correct page.
Are we speaking on item 3?
The second page of the report, no, the third page of the report,
Okay,
you'll have these are all of our restricted funds, city employees. Funds are restricted for city employees, for fire and police, for the benefit of ASAP, and for RETREE. So the interest is allocated across all of these based on their balance, their cash balance.
all right, thank you.
Okay?
All right. Item number 7 is approval of the meeting dates for calendar year 2025, April 8th, July 8th, and October 14th.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Madam Secretary?
Let me ask
Go
one
ahead, sir.
question. Is July 8th a good idea with 4th of July in there? I haven't looked at a calendar, so I don't know exactly.
I believe it's the Tuesday after the 4th of July, so I think we're okay if I'm looking at it. So,
But like if people take off for the week, oh, I see.
but
what
it's the
you're saying.
next week.
Got you.
Yeah, because the 4th, yeah, it's on a Friday, so this is the following week. Yeah, and we
Fourth is Sunday.
already have a meeting that day. We already have a commission meeting that day.
They're always on this
Yeah.
date of the
So,
commission meetings.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right. Any further discussion from the board for the meeting dates for 2025? Madam Secretary, please call the roll.
Director Street?
Yes.
Director Halligus?
Yes.
Director Lucas?
Yes.
Director Granger?
Yes.
Director Rowan?
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
We'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Is there a second?
Second.
Call the roll, Madam Secretary.
Director Street?
Yes.
Director Halligus?
Yes.
Director Lucas?
Yes.
Director Granger?
Yes.
Director Rowan?
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
Motion adjourned.